Did you know that only 40% of people have a growth mindset? Where do you stand? Do you believe that you are capable of enhancing your abilities and that you are capable of enhancing your skills, talents? Do you believe in growth? So today we're going to be looking into a growth mindset, a kind of mindset that will enable you to turn obstacles or challenges into lessons and not failures. Okay, so the first thing that we have to look into is that there are two types of mindsets. The first mindset is the fixed mindset. Now, the fixed mindset is that kind of mindset that most of us have, right? 60% of the people have that mindset. They believe that they will never be able to be good at something that they are not good at right now. What am I saying? It's like people with fixed mindsets are unwilling to learn or enhance their abilities. They believe that what they're capable of doing right now, right, is what they will always be capable of. And those things that they cannot do, they will never be able to do. That's a fixed mindset. They are unwilling to explore, they are unwilling to learn, they are unwilling to unlearn things that they know, which could be wrong. Yeah. So let's talk more about a fixed mindset, right? Have you ever met a person and you try to correct them and you tell them that no, you could do this or you could use this method, or have you tried this? But that person will stick to those ways, they'll stick to those systems because they have a fixed mindset, right? So person with a fixed mindset will be like, I'm like this is what I can provide, this is who I am, right? These statements clearly show how a person would rather stick to their ability, stick to their current knowledge, stick to their current skills, and not learn more and not venture more into other lessons and not be open-minded. Yeah, those people are not open-minded. But we are not here to talk about those people, right? And I hope you are not one of those. And if you are, sit down, take notes, and learn why it is very, very, very important that you have a growth mindset. Why is it important that you adopt a growth mindset? Now let's look at the second kind of mindset, the growth mindset. The people will be like, I am like this for now. I have these skills for now. I can provide this service for now. I can do this for now. I'm capable of doing this for now. Now, take note of these statements. They clearly say for now. For now is showing that they have room. They are willing. They are willing to grow out of their current skill level. They're willing to grow out of their current abilities. They want to grow, right? Now that's different from a fixed mindset where the person is comfortable with where they will be. Now, if you remember, we once talked about getting out of your comfort zone. So, people with a fixed mindset are one of those people who like staying in their comfort zones. And if you want to adopt a growth mindset, then I advise you that you get out of your comfort zone. So now let's talk about the growth mindset, right? So as I was saying, a person with a growth mindset has a belief that they are capable of learning, growing. They see opportunities in obstacles. They see opportunities in challenging situations. Unlike people with fixed mindsets, like when presented with obstacles or challenges, they easily give up. They run away, right? They turn down offers. They quit, right? But here with a growth mindset, you'll be able to see opportunities and lessons in obstacles, right? People with growth mindsets, when they fail, they do not quit, they do not give up, rather, they take notes and learn. And it's very, very important that you adopt a growth mindset if you want to be successful in anything. It doesn't have to be for business people. It doesn't have to be for engineers, or it's for everyone. Having a growth mindset is dynamic. It's for everyone. It's not specified to anyone of a certain category or level. It's for everyone, right? So it is very essential that you have a growth mindset, right? So I would like to tell you this story. So yeah, there was this shoe owner. I don't want to lie, I forgot the name, but yeah, at least I remember the story. So there was this shoe owner, not exactly a shoe owner, but yeah. So initially it started like this. There was a boy who was failing in his class. He was being sent to school again and again, repeating test, repeating again and again, and yet he was still failing. So the parents sort of like gave up on him, right? But then he kept on telling the parents, right, that he wasn't that much interested in school. And when you tell your parents that, I can even picture myself telling my parents that I'm not interested in school and this, they'll actually hit me or something. I don't know. But yeah, yeah. Or probably think that you have been possessed by some spirits of wow. I don't want to talk about African parents, but yeah. So let's stick to the story, right? So this boy was failing in school. He was, yeah, failing bad. The parents started thinking that he had no future, that, yeah, they failed and stuff like that because of academic failure. But then this guy one day took money from his father. I don't want to use the word steal, but actually he stole it. Yeah, he took money without them knowing, right, and decided to invest in a business idea that he actually came up with, right? So he invested in that business idea. He decided to buy shoes from Japan, right? To import those shoes and sell them locally, right? Yeah, so he started selling shoes. Initially, it was hard because he didn't have anything. He wasn't well known. He was just a no one. He was no one, like no one. And why would I just randomly go and buy a pair of shoes from no one? You know how people behave. People would rather go for a brand, a well known company, and things like that. So he had no identity. No one knew him in the market. No one knew his business. So he bought these shoes, right? And then it was difficult for him to sell them. He tried, going to stores, for shoes. What do they call those? Yeah, but stores with stores with. Oh my God, I'm trying to say it out. So forgive me. But then he tried going to shoe stores. Yeah, you get what I mean. So he tried going there, right? But they were refusing to like buy his shoes. And then out of nowhere he had an idea to like sell the shoes directly to the what? The athlete shoes, for runners. Yeah. So he decided to sell them directly to what? To his target market rather than going and sell them to the stores, right? That's the first step. You have to notice how he didn't give up on the shoes. And then afterwards, there was a problem when the company where he was importing the shoes from noticed how sales were very, large, and they were increasing sales in his country. So the company from Japan decided to come, place its own company in that area, meaning that his business idea became invalid, right? Or yeah, you know. So again, instead of giving up, he decided to start his own brand, and things worked out for him. Well, I don't know if I'm a good storyteller, but let me tell you what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is that you have got to find a solution in a problem, you have to see through a roadblock or an obstacle, like how when he failed to sell his shoes to stores, he went ahead and started selling directly to the market. He didn't give up. That's a growth mindset. When he noticed that that company came, placed itself in his country, he didn't give up. He now went ahead and made his own brand and started selling his own shoes. Right. So the whole thing about having a growth mindset is continuous learning and continuously growing. Right. You have to see through obstacles and you have to see through challenges and not give up. Be open minded. You should be willing to learn. You should be willing. I think outside the box. I don't know if it works, but yeah. So yeah. And then advantages of having a growth mindset. I think from the way I've been speaking, you have noted plenty of advantages. Alright. So we are going to browse through them. The first advantage would be that you embrace challenges. You do not give up. You see challenges as opportunities to learn. Yeah. So you embrace challenges. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is that you become open minded. Having a growth mindset allows you to, first of all, I want to say think outside the box, but then it also allows you to be adaptive, adapt to changing seasons and environments, to be willing to learn new things, to be willing to learn new ideas and concepts. And the other thing is that it improves relationships. People with growth mindsets do not get jealous when other people achieve certain things. Rather, they sit down and take notes. Right. So you have to sit down and take notes. Do not get intimidated or do not get jealous. Right? Learn. The best thing that you can ever do for yourself, off topic, but yeah, this is important and I have to say it. The best thing that you can ever do for yourself is personal development. Focus on yourself. Learn. Clap hands for others when they win. Do not be disheartened or jealous. It does you no good. In fact, it does harm to you, right? So it is very important that you grow yourself and start with a good mindset. It's all about the things that go on in your head that determine the kind of life that you eventually live and right. So let's quickly look at characteristics of a person with a growth mindset. A person will be open-minded, resilient. You know, you'll be able to withstand certain situations. Should I call them situations? Yeah, you'll be able to withstand certain situations or challenges. You'll be able to quickly rise back up because when you have a good mindset, you know that you can just walk out of a storm. Yeah, it almost killed me, but hey, I didn't die. So you'll be able to have resilience, become open-minded. What are the characteristics that a person has? You become innovative, right? You become creative, right? A growth mindset will allow you, like I said, to see opportunities where there are challenges. They'll allow you to see failures as lessons. Now, as you'll be doing that, your ability to be creative will be improved. Right. So, oh my God, something that is important that I almost forgot. So, I saw the statement. It was like a growth mindset can be found in a scarce environment. No, no, let me say this again. A growth mindset, you can have a growth mindset in an environment that is full of scarcity, right? And yet, the kind of environment that you are in determines the kind of mindset that you have, right? And if you do not change your environment, the environment will change you. You have to take note of the statement. In order to have a growth mindset, please surround yourself with people who see potentials in things that are not yet there. I don't know how to phrase it, but people who see potentials or people who are open to possibilities and not close minded people who do not believe in improvements and growth, right? Surround yourself with people who sharpen your skills, people who have a growth mindset. Yeah, if you want a growth mindset, surround yourself with people with a growth mindset. Because the moment you sit on a table where there are people with a fixed mindset, you are done for. Because the kind of environment that you hang around will determine the person that you end up being. And imagine being with close-minded people. People don't realize how the environment that you stay in impacts you. I don't want to. I was about to use my own story as an example, but I'm not going to do it. But then let me say this because that story. Okay, so have you realized that if you sit at a table with with gossipers, if you sit at a table with gossipers, eventually you will gossip, right? Because what are you doing when people are gossiping about other people? Obviously, you gossip. If you sit at a table where people will be discussing about business ideas, like you'll be forced to talk, to think of some business idea to talk business stuff, right? And if you sit at a table where people are discussing on, personal development, growth, this, planning for the future, even your mindset changes, like the way you see things changes. So, yeah, for a growth mindset, take note of the kind of environment that you are in. So, this video is for everyone, obviously. But then, if you are a person who believes that they are capable in doing more, if you believe that you are more than what you are right now, because I'm more than what I'm now. But if you believe that, and if you believe that you can bring change, that you can be more, stay tuned. And this video is definitely for you. Take note of certain things that I said. Be open-minded, have a growth mindset. So for more personal development videos and yeah, videos for entrepreneurship, stay tuned. And I remember this video where I promised that I will be having an interview or a podcast with a businessman. Yeah, I'm still going to deliver that. Yes, this month I'm hoping to speak to at least three. Okay, let's say, yeah, three. And I'll deliver it. So stay tuned for more personal development videos. Thank you for watching. And please like, subscribe, share, comment. And for those of you who have more, you want to add on to what I said, you have more tips on growth, having a growth mindset, or a personal experience on having either a growth mindset or a fixed mindset, feel free to comment in the comment section. Thank you.